What have we talked about over the last 25 minutes that's been fascinating?
Booper.
Don't point to the cat.
Don't say booper. Working in concession stands and student stores.
Memories.
False memories.
Deceive you.
Uncle Polly.
And oop.
Okay, I don't think it is.
Make sure the volume's on. I don't think so either because it's still in theaters.
Megan isn't on there. Bro.
I'm gonna mute it.
We're gonna watch Puss in Boots, Megan, and Never Stop, Never Stopping.
Oh yeah.
Don't stop, never stop.
And then Pop Culture Happy Hour reviewed the new Gerard Butler movie, Plane.
Oh, Plane. Yeah.
It sounds like crap, but I was like, I want to watch it.
It sounds like good crap.
Yeah, exactly. Zick.
And oop.
Okay, so Lennox had a sleepover with 3 of his close friends. So right off the bat, in preparation, we made him clean the bathroom. We were like, get in there, wipe things up, clean the toilet. We cleaned Frankie's poop. We wanted to put our best foot forward.
We want to impress these 10-year-olds.
Right, right. Exactly. It's an excuse to clean things. Like, you have guests over. Oh, I can put things in order. But yeah, Lennox was cool with it.
Yeah, I'm surprised. He jumped up. He didn't complain.
Yeah.
He cleaned. He got ready for his buddies to come over.
Yeah. We were chatting about what was going to transpire through the night. And Lennox uttered the phrase, "You can only leave your bedroom to cook for us." Quote unquote. You can leave your bedroom, but only to cook for us. So he grounded us.
We were like, yes, sir. Yes, we will do as you say.
Sorry. Let us out. I felt like the girl in Silence of the Lambs or whatever. It puts the lotion in the basket. And we were also talking about like just chatting with his friends, Dom, Link, and Big Jonathan. And I wanted to be like, yo, are you guys on the TikTok? Are you guys on Discord? Are you on Snap?
You had your stand-up routines that you were throwing different things out there, and you were asking me what I thought.
Yeah. Well, I'm the entertainment, honey.
I'm the chef.
Yes.
You're the entertainment.
Yes. I'm the interior. You're the exterior and the galley. But I wanted to be like, yo, well, we set down some rules. But I said anything uncool is her fault, and anything super cool is my fault. I'm on TikTok. Did I mention that? You took the 4 boys to Target at 5 p.m. So like I was like, I'm gonna shave, I'm gonna shower, I'm gonna get ready for the night to stay home and in our bedroom.
To stay home and entertain.
But in the midst of that, you were like, the boys want to go to Target. And I was like, okay. So you took them to Target. What transpired there, honey? Thoughts, feelings, comments, reflections?
Target is like the hangout. The entire shopping center there. The kids go there all the time with their friends.
It is. And that's cool because, like, I remember as a child, we just bummed around shopping centers. The Warehouse. Okay, I'm dating myself. They sold compact discs and rented movies, VHS tapes. But we would bum around. We would just hang. We would browse compact discs, and we didn't have $17.99 to spend on a compact disc with one song that we wanted to.
That's so expensive.
Yeah.
Is that what they cost? I forgot.
It's crazy. Well, that's why I stuck to the cassette singles, honey. Paperboy Diddy was $2.99, and so I purchased it. But Target is the go-to spot, and it's Target, but it's also like the shopping center. They got ramen there, Aloha Poke Ramen. They got a Cold Stone. They got a Dollar Tree. Mm-hmm. So it's more about hang out. But you were there, honey. What had happened? Because I heard someone got in trouble for running too much.
I found that out after the fact.
Yeah.
We walk into Target and immediately the boys go do their own thing. I say, I'm just going to hang out until you guys are ready to go. I'll peruse and wander around myself. So I never saw them again. They left. I left. When I was finally done with my shopping, I paid for my stuff. I went out front and I saw them across the parking lot. So they had left Target. They went to the Poke Ramen place. They went to Dollar Tree. So they grabbed a few little snacks and items.
Classics.
And we met up in the parking lot. And then on the way home, they told me that a couple of them got yelled at by the Target employee for running around.
Who were they? Who were the names, Lennox, Albert, Garcia?
Who are the guilty parties?
Expose them?
What's
Wait.
their name?
Sure.
Yeah.
Jonathan.
Oh, shoot.
It's only Jonathan, because me, Lincoln, and Jonathan were there. And
Big
then-
Jonathan. Why was he running? What was a Target employee? Did he tackle
He
him?
was mean.
She
The
was
Target employee?
she
or
was out of
Big
line.
Jonathan?
The employee.
Oh, okay.
Because me and Lincoln were like, oh, we're going to buy this book. And Jonathan said, oh, I want it. And then he grabbed it and ran. I said,
He was just being silly.
So he took a book and ran? Shoplifter? Swarm. Smash and grab. Is that what Big
And while
Jonathan's
he was
all
like,
about?
we were like running after. We weren't really running. We
Yeah.
just walked over there. And he slowed down.
Yeah.
He was like jogging. And she was like, hey, stop running.
Wasn't she yelling at you guys like from aisles away? Like she kept yelling at you?
No, she was just following us.
She was following
Well,
you.
not following us, but
Ooh.
whenever she saw us, she'd just go. She
Well-
just stared at us.
Is the latest TikTok challenge anger a Target employee? Listen, the Target is the spot for kids, high schoolers, middle schoolers, and we know that they have to deal with these hijinks
Yeah.
constantly.
A lot of kids go there in groups
Yeah.
with their buddies. And like as soon as the schools get out, a lot of the kids from the middle school and the high school, they just walk over there
Yeah,
straight from school. So I saw actually on the West Sac Facebook group recently, just a couple days ago, someone was like, oh, the high school just got out. Everybody avoid Target.
right. So these things are happening, and I realize there's got to be like zero tolerance, or the Target employees' nerves are frayed. They're on the short end of the stick, and they're ready to burst. But when I worked at Walmart part-time, like high school kids would come through and ride on the hoverboards, start hitting, grab the toy bats and start hitting toy balls, and it was just madness.
They just cause a ruckus.
Mayhem
Wait,
and
what?
cheese. Yeah.
What?
These kids would go crazy. It's a TikTok challenge, or
Our kids are angel babies. They don't do any of that.
is
But
that true, Lennox?
Yeah.
some of their peers are a little out of hand.
He sounded reluctant there, but all in all, you weren't harmed. You came back. No one shoplifted.
I didn't see the cops or security, so
I've never seen the cops there, but Luna says she has.
yeah, she has.
Yeah. We hung out a lot, just hanging in the kitchen, gossip. Who's the cutest 5th grade girl?
Who likes who?
Yeah, who ships who with who, and
What are the crushes?
we heard some names. We heard some
Some
accusations. It was like TMZ. It was a good time. The sleeping arrangements. So I used to be young, honey. I know it's hard to believe. But when there would be a sleepover with a couple boys, in my case, we would bring sleeping bags. No one had sleeping bags. Sleeping arrangements were left to the gods.
Yeah, I figured they're just gonna pass out somewhere. I don't even know. I don't care.
Yeah.
I've noticed being a mom, when I would take my kids to sleepovers, a lot of the other kids brought like sleeping bags and pillows, and I never would send my kids with those things. And then I was like, oh, am I supposed to do that?
Yeah.
I figured they just have like extra blankets or pillows around the house.
Yeah.
But it just seemed very like, I was never that organized, I guess.
Well, we currently don't have sleeping bags, right?
No.
And I noticed that when Luna has friends over, like they bring at least a pillow.
Yeah, they bring like stuffed animals, pillow. It's like they're camping.
Right. They bring a whole bedding ensemble. But we were like, what's going to happen in terms of sleeping? And Lennox is up in the loft. And it turns out, well, we're not, we don't have a Ring camera and we weren't up there every 2 seconds. But you went up there in the morning. You found Lennox on the floor. So he was on the floor. Len, did anyone sleep in your bed? Did you sleep in your bed? Yes, ladies and gentlemen.
I think Lincoln and John slept in the bed.
Ah, okay.
And were you and Dom both on the floor? I think eventually they were so tired. It was so late.
Yeah.
They just
I think
passed
I fell
out.
asleep first.
It was 6 a.m.
I fell asleep
Oh dear.
I fell asleep at 5. Okay.
Lennox actually said he doesn't think Lincoln slept at all. Because
I don't think he did.
Lincoln got picked up at like 7 a.m.
7:30.
Yeah.
And they all passed out not too long before that time.
Yeah. Yeah. So Len and his friends were playing this game where it was like tag, but you had to keep your eyes closed.
It was like Marco Polo.
Marco Polo, yeah.
But obviously on land.
The
It was in
classic
our
swimming
house.
game. Yes. Yes.
And instead of just tagging each other, the person who was it had a sword.
Yeah.
So their eyes are closed. They're swinging a sword around, trying to
Yes.
stab their friend.
And you're a proponent of Lennox owning 4 swords. Okay, 2 are lightsabers, but I'm against all sword play. But yeah, the eyes closed, sword swinging,
Stabbing
running around.
it, stabbing at whatever you
I
can
felt
hit.
like a Target employee, honey. I want to be like, calm down, simmer down, get out of my store. But at one point, Big Jonathan was underneath our dining room table, which we're currently sitting at. And one of the chairs was about to tip over. And Link had his eyes closed and he had a sword. So there was a sword involved. Big Jonathan was under the dining room table. A chair was about to topple. And I just thought, okay, whatever's happening right now, this is when I stepped in. This is when the ref has to step in. Call the fight. Call the
Boo,
fight.
party pooper.
Mike Tyson is about to destroy your brain. But I said, whatever you guys are doing right now, just stop it. Okay, I don't need the chair to ram into the wall and puncture the wall. I don't need Big Jonathan to have a sword in his stomach. And I was like, just this is enough. This is enough.
You ruined the fun, basically.
You had your fun. Now it's time. Now it's time to stare at our phones.
I wanted everyone to sit around in the living room, and I could read them a story out loud.
Yeah. What
And
happened
then you could tell some stand-up jokes.
there? Yeah.
That's what I envisioned for the night.
And it didn't happen. Why didn't it happen? Well, I thought, okay, so this, and there was a lot of running up and down the stairs, and Big Jonathan and Link and Len, they're sizable boys. So every time they ran up or down, or just on our main floor, the second floor, there's a lot of boom, 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 boom. And I was like, okay, we just got to get through this. We got to get through the storm.
We looked at each other at one point, and we were like, 11 more hours.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I just wanted to get through to where we're all staring at our phones. Because when Luna has sleepovers with girls, it gets a little wild, out of sorts, but in the end, they start staring at their phones, and it's quiet, it's peaceful,
Right.
It's docile. So I was like, well, we just got to get through this sword play, and get to the let's all stare at our phones and ignore each other. So
We didn't ever quite get to that point, did we?
no. So as far as entertainment, well, I didn't do my Star Wars material. Go back to the other pod, or don't, do whatever you want. It's a silly observation on Star Wars. I didn't do my What Do Homeless chat about, but I wanted to break out my Pal Lee joke, and it goes, I'm dirty, I love being filled with wood, but someone, I'm not, well, Lennox is right here, I'm not going to read this.
Honey.
This is,
Know your audience.
I'm working blue over here. What am I? I'm a fireplace. Okay, I left some out. But yeah, I didn't get a chance to do any rants. Although my other rant about ignore the freeway on-ramp metering lights, that's good stuff. Although not relatable to the 10-year-old.
Yeah, kids who don't drive.
Yeah.
Might have gone over their heads.
So the schedule went, we had them all line up, although Dom wasn't here yet, but we were like, line up.
Line up for orientation.
It was like ROTC. And we were like, okay, 11 p.m., quiet. 3 a.m., go to bed. And then... Don't
touch the stair handrails.
Yeah.
Because they're decorative only, and you will rip them from the wall.
Yeah. And noon, get the hell out of here. In all love and affection.
And no food or drink up in Lennox's room.
Oh, yeah. So what had really actually happened was 11 p.m., endless knocking and boom, 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 thudding.
Swordplay. Still happening.
So 11 p.m., I came out and I said, you guys, chill. I said, quiet.
Is it time for screens?
Simmer down. You guys can talk, but just bring it down a notch. Calm down.
Why don't you have some philosophical discussions?
Yeah, exactly. Talk about Plato or something.
Talk about politics.
Copernicus. He stared at his sun. Ever hear of him, Lennox? So I was 11 p.m. 3 a.m. So somehow I managed to go to bed. We went to bed. We went to sleep. 3 a.m. I wake up to pee, and I still hear knocking and rumbling and thundering and doo 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 doo. So 3 a.m. You wake up also in the process, and I said, honey, I handled 11 p.m. so you go out there and tell them simmer down.
Yeah, so like you were the mean cop. I tried to be the nice cop.
Yeah.
So you were like, yo, time to be quiet.
Yeah.
And so I went up there. I was like, hey guys, it's 3 a.m. So can you quiet down?
Remember when we all lined up and we all agreed, we all signed this.
Remember the rules?
This formal declaration in triplicate. I have the carbon copy.
Like, I love you all, but can you be quiet now?
Yeah, and that was 3 a.m. And then 4 a.m. again, I wake up for whatever reason. Actually, that night, winds were 70 miles per hour.
It was a very stormy night. Yeah.
It was a dark, stormy night. 4 a.m., you head out again and you say, okay, screens off. First of all, it's an hour past our previously agreed bedtime, but you said screens off and you can talk, but just whisper if you can. And that was 4 a.m. And then 5 a.m., we woke up again. You went out, you came out again, and you said, okay, seriously.
No more nice mommy.
Serious.
Mommy mad.
Mommy turns into angry Target employee. Seriously, calm down. And constantly knocking and thudding. Is that what you call it? Thudding, honey?
Yes.
And each time you came out, it would be docile for
30 seconds.
I was going to say 2 to 2.5 minutes, but yeah, something like that. And then 6 a.m. came, and around 6:10 a.m.,
the sun was rising.
It was quiet.
It was finally...
It was peace.
Oh, finally it was quiet.
Yeah, so they all knocked out. They all passed out. Finally, it's 6 a.m.
Something to note.
Yes.
This entire time, beginning to end,
Yes.
darling daughter Luna Marie has locked herself away in her bedroom.
Yeah.
She's here, by the way.
Yeah.
We haven't mentioned her yet.
Yeah. Yeah. She was in her room for 15 hours. So the kids have, like, when Luna has friends over, Lennox stays away. And the opposite happened. Len has friends over, Luna stays hidden away.
Yeah, I wonder why that is, because I remember when my brothers had friends over, like, I thought it was a jolly good time, and I would, like, kind of be, I'm sure I was unwelcome, but I was trying to, like, be a part of the party, inserting myself. I thought they were entertaining and fun, and it was a good time.
I understand staying out of the mix and isolating, but the fact that you won't go to the bathroom, or you won't come out and grab a granola bar and a cup of water.
Right. I wonder if that will change as they get older. Because I don't remember being like that with my brother's friends. But both of our kids avoid each other's friends at all costs.
Yeah. And like Lennox knows Luna's friends.
And
Len.
Yes.
I love you and I love your friends. And I thought it was a fun time.
We're all just joking.
We're just
joking.
We're talking about this just for entertainment for the pod.
Whenever we got loud, they were all like telling us to be. We were telling each other to be quiet because they were scared you'd come out again.
Were we scary?
Good.
Wow, we were so nice.
I have a very deep voice, honey.
We were so loving.
Luna just blanketly says, "I'm afraid of fifth graders."
Well, okay.
Can you blame her? But so 6:10 a.m. it gets quiet, and that's actually when I saw Luna in the kitchen. She sensed the peace and came out and got a drink of water.
It was finally safe to emerge.
Got a snack, yeah. But quickly thereafter, like they all left super early. So initially we were like 10 a.m. and then we thought, okay, that's going to be impossible to get everyone out at 10 a.m. Noon, we changed it to noon. But so what had happened is Link just took off. Like we were in bed, honey. I was holding you close. I was snuggling you, calling you my baby doll. And you heard a noise and you said, "That's our front door." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And you said, "That's our front door." And I walked downstairs. Lo and behold, it's unlocked. Link left it.
His shoes are gone.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm looking at shoes. I'm like, wait, which boy left? But 7 a.m. ish, she was gone. The classic Irish goodbye, which I'm a huge fan of. But he was gone. Not much later, Big Jonathan's mom showed up. We had to deal with his bike, getting it in her minivan, but that wasn't a big deal. Not too difficult. But that was, again, very early. And then shortly after that, Dominic's mom showed up and he took off. And I was like, wow, this is barely 8 a.m.
On one hand, I was like, okay, good.
Yeah.
And then on the other hand, I was like, why are you all leaving us?
Right.
Why are you leaving us so soon?
Right. Well, Dominic specifically, when he was leaving, I apologized and I said, "I'm sorry. I'm not really this mean. I'm a nice person. I'm fun. I'm a good person. But sorry if I came across as mean." I don't think he was really wasn't really hearing it
He's
or
like, get me out of here.
having it or understanding it. But we bought donuts. We bought a bunch of donuts from City Donuts in West Sacramento. And so as each kid left, you were like, you opened the box, you were like, what would you like?
I was like, take 3, 4, share it with your family.
Here's your to-go order. Would you like some coffee? Would you like a bang? But they all got donuts. You went upstairs in the aftermath, honey, and you found water bottles and snacks.
There were about 10 half-drunk water bottles.
Yeah.
We said no food or beverages, and yet I found sunflower seeds, Pez candies, cracker crumbs, wrappers. Oh,
Rappers?
it was like the aftermath of a rave up there.
Yeah. Rappers, not like
No
Drake.
one had no crackers up there.
Well,
Bro, there were crackers.
they were crumbs.
There were crumbs.
Some sort of crumbs.
Those were not crackers. No one had crackers up there.
Those weren't crackers.
He's denying it.
And
The only thing I remember is Lincoln and John had one piece of cuz up there.
I found multiple pieces of
wait.
That was me.
So Lennox was passed out on the floor, and I'm buzzing around the room, cleaning up the debris of the party.
I was surprised I didn't wake up.
We vacuumed.
I was tired though.
Yeah, you slept late.
What day? That was Saturday, right?
Yeah. It was Saturday to Sunday
It was
morning.
Sunday morning. afternoon.
The night before, I probably stayed up late.
Yeah.
Yeah, you went to bed at like 6 a.m., dude.
Well, you guys.
The night before?
Oh, Friday night. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's right. So Friday night, before the sleepover, he was up super late.
Yeah.
Then Saturday night, the sleepover.
Well, it was in the middle of Chris's vacation.
Right. So every night they were staying up
yeah.
very late.
Yeah. So Saturday night, Frankie slept with us in our bed, and he hasn't done that for months.
He was like Luna. He didn't leave your room.
Much like Luna,
Yeah.
right? He
Yeah.
was trying to avoid the boys.
Yeah, the boys were causing him anxiety. He stayed in our bed. He hadn't done that in months, but I liked it.
I know. Like, I want to scare him again so he snuggles with us.
Well, he's been in our bed now. I mean, not 100% back, but he's more than
a little bit.
I
was.
got Lincoln and John to tame him.
To tame him?
Yes.
What are they? Siegfried and Roy? What?
What did they
He
do?
was freaked out to go up there.
Yeah.
Frankie?
Yes.
Well, can you blame him?
And then when Dom came, he didn't leave your room once.
Oh.
But it was early in the morning. We saw him down there. We all looked at him.
Well, Lennox has said that his friends think we're strict.
They
Yeah.
probably think you're more strict now.
And no, I like that. I like that.
Do
Okay?
you?
We're not
Why?
because this is how we run our household. It's not Target runs at 9 p.m. It's not AM PM runs at midnight.
But that's fun.
It is fun, but not to us.
I want to be like the loving mom that everyone adores, and I'm just warm and friendly and jovial, and I baking cookies,
Until 4 a.m.
and I'm being so sweet. That's how I want to be perceived. I don't
Like
think
Lincoln's parents are up till like 2.
I mean, that's fabulous.
we're boring. We're strict. I mean,
That's not how we roll. You want your sister isolated in a room?
she didn't even pee for 15 hours.
Yeah. You want
I don't
Frankie
know. Why did she
scared?
come out here at all? To get food.
She was scared, much like Frankie. She was scared.
Yeah.
I come out here to get food.
I don't mind being strict. Well, it's our house too. Like, Len
my
is in a
house.
loft. He does have walls. He does have a door. Which
Our house is really,
is because I'm selfish, according to my mom.
our bedroom is literally right, like shares a wall with the kitchen.
Yeah.
And the living room.
Yeah.
So everything's like really smushed together here in our home.
Yeah.
And your room doesn't have walls, but even if it did, we're like all super close together.
I feel
So
like if it did have walls, it would be worse.
why?
I don't know.
I agree. Well, and like, what if the master bedroom was on one wing of the house or one end, and then Lennox's bedroom was on the other end of the house, it would be. I don't know if it would be worse, but it would be more noisy.
If there's like if there's like a hallway
Yeah.
and like the living area was down here and the bedrooms were over there,
Yeah.
it would be a little different. But we're also in close quarters here.
Yeah. Yeah. So we are strict, Lennox, okay? And we have rules, and we like to go to bed. And I'm sorry, we don't live in a house, Grandma Tien. Oh, wait, that was a slip up. Because I'm selfish. And I don't want to do front yard work, and I want to lift in the gym that's 200 steps away.
Something I did do though was
Yeah.
I cooked all the boys pizzas. I took
yeah.
orders. I made some peanut butter and jelly waffles.
You
Yeah.
cooked them more pizza than you cooked me.
Oh,
make me-
shoot.
Oh, Big
You
Jonathan.
didn't make me any. At all.
No, I sure did.
She made like 9.
I sure did. Big Jonathan requested a waffle pizza.
Oh, yeah.
So I made some Eggo waffles and then I
Yeah.
put sauce and cheese and pepperoni on top.
Yeah.
It was madness.
It was like, you were
He said
like,
it was good.
you're like that that chef on Reels. Aki. Okay. I hate it when podcasts. It's like that one TikTok.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Exactly. So why do podcasters refer to TikToks and Reels and YouTube
Len, do you
videos?
think your
Yes.
friends want to ever come back here?
They say the house is cool.
The house is cool, so we need to leave.
So the house is cool. Me and Vince are not. Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
Well, we're not leaving, so
Make your own pizzas.
we're strict, but that's how we roll. And if they want to work out at the gym and lift, then I can help them.
Jonathan said he wanted to.
Oh,
Okay.
wait.
Lifting club with Vince.
Something that's come up recently, honey, is Lennox, your friends are okay. So you guys play a game where you guys start naming basketball players or football teams, and you're like, one person says New Orleans Saints, the other person says Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the other person says Pittsburgh Steelers, and it goes on, and you go back and forth, and this is a game, but you don't know sports. I mean, you weren't raised in sports, and they were, so you want to make up for this deficit, and you want to learn about sports, and you want to start playing football and basketball to get up to their level, so you become included, right?
Yes.
Because when they were playing this game, I was playing it because I know sports.
I was playing it a little
I
bit.
don't know any sports at all.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Whose fault is that? Mine or yours, honey?
well. Let's not point fingers. Lennox is actually pointing his finger. But so I've taken it on myself because I have tons of pointless sports knowledge, Lennox. When I was Lennox's age, I was super into sports. And then I grew up and I was like, this is really stupid. So I stopped caring about sports. But I still sort of follow it, sort of pay attention, and I have tons of sports knowledge from the mid-90s, Lennox. So I'm going to start teaching you about the 1994 San Diego Chargers team. They went to the Super Bowl, although they got destroyed by the 49ers.
You need to start taking him to a basketball court and
Yeah.
just shooting some hoops.
Yeah. Well, there's two aspects of this.
Watching it and playing it.
Right, watching it, so knowing the rules,
Both.
knowing the players, the teams, and then actually physically playing it, which I can do both.
You can? Yay!
Yes,
I want to see this.
yes, I would like to see it
It's
too.
unfair because he's tall.
Well, that's gonna teach you grit. Yeah, I will take this. This is my mission. You are my
Student. I don't know.
yes.
It's Mr. Miyagi and Danielson. Oh.
Yeah, you're my muse, Lennox. We're gonna learn about the San Diego Chargers from 1994 and the New York Knicks from 1995.
Who?
Which I was really into. John Starks. Okay, I had his poster on my wall, but well, it's different because I'm not currently into sports, but I remember as a kid, my stepdad, Grandpa Curtis, still is super into sports.
Yeah, that's his favorite thing. Sports.
Yeah, so in the living room, there were Saturdays and Sundays, there'd be football and basketball. Okay, less so basketball, but there always football on, so I could just absorb it.
Yeah.
And that doesn't happen here because I don't have football on.
Yeah. And same with me. Like, I grew up with 3 brothers, no sisters.
Yeah.
And a dad, but my dad was not home a lot, but my brothers constantly, there's sports on the TV.
Yeah.
Or we grew up like in a court.
Yeah.
And we had a basketball hoop above our garage. So they were constantly outside, throwing a football, shooting hoops, kicking a soccer ball around. Yeah. So it was just like in the atmosphere, constantly around me.
Yeah.
So I grew up, I was the only girl in the house, and I didn't play anything or know anything, but I knew the rules of all the games. Yeah. I would kind of get out there and throw a ball around with them. Yeah. So you just kind of absorb it, but we haven't done that for the kids here.
Right. But we will.
Yay.
I can definitely get them into football and basketball. But I think football's the more popular sport,
I don't want them playing football.
Okay.
Why?
Because it's very dangerous.
And?
CTE,
Junior Sam.
I'd much rather that he played basketball.
Yeah, but I mean, just
Scary.
football, just knowing about it.
Oh, sure.
Being aware
yeah, just knowing about it, yeah. So you guys...
Of Tom Brady?
Like Lincoln plays basketball and John plays football.
Ah, okay. Well, I can help you with both. Again, my knowledge stopped in 1995, but...
I can help you with both.
Yeah.
I was on the 8th grade basketball team, okay?
Yeah.
Well,
I played volleyball.
Yeah.
You're teaching me old sports.
I got a John Starks jersey.
the teams that we are familiar with are old, but you know what? The rules in the game have not changed.
Right.
That's one constant. So we
Right.
know the rules. We know how to
Right.
play.
Right.
Yeah, I hardly know the rules. Well, kind of.
We're going to teach you.
Because
We're
at my old school, I used to play basketball all the time.
yeah.
Yeah.
But you need
But I
to
forgot because
you need to know more than just putting it through the net. Like there's out of bounds, there's fouls, there's rebounding. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on.
But I feel like as long as your body is like, just like dribbling and shooting hoops, like that's the basis.
Yeah.
That's you got to have that.
Yeah.
And then you can learn the rules and
Yeah.
the defense and offense and all that after.
Yeah. Well, it is my mission to give Lennox all this insipid knowledge that I gained caring about sports. It was so weird. Like, as a kid growing up, I was super into sports because Grandpa Curtis was into sports and my friends were into sports. But as soon as I hit college, my interest just receded.
why? Why though?
Well, Uncle Mike Rasmussen was never into sports. And when I met Uncle Mike Rasmussen, I was still into sports, and Uncle Chris Douthit and I were roommates. And we were all roommates, and Uncle Chris Douthit and I were still into sports. And we'd be like, hey, Mike, why don't you like sports? And he responded simply with, it doesn't help you get girls.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you were interested in the ladies
Yeah.
and the sports fell to the wayside.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Uncomfortable, awkward. But I'm going to enjoy teaching him about professional sports. Your parents were over last weekend. Your mom made a bunch of white chicken chili, which should really be called cheese cream chicken
Heavenly Delight.
stew. Oh,
Oh my gosh, it's so
it's
good.
fantastic. And as far as the bread, we did Hawaiian rolls, which were super bussin'.
Hawaiian rolls are bussin', and I love how they sell them in either a sweet packet or
Yeah.
a savory.
Yeah,
Because
we
they're
got
both so good. Yeah, we got both. They're both so delicious.
Yeah. Well, the other option was cornbread. We currently have a few. I bought a few cornbread mixes, which are like 70 cents each box. But what do you think is the better move, honey? The cornbread, which you have to bake, or the Hawaiian roll?
The Hawaiian rolls, by
Yeah,
far. They're so
yeah.
much more enjoyable. They're,
Yeah.
like you said, we don't have to bake them. They're just ready to eat.
Yeah.
We heated them up in the oven for 3 minutes,
Yeah.
and then they were warm and
Yeah.
toasty and yummy.
Yeah. That white chicken chili.
Cornbread is great with a traditional chili, but this white chicken chili is
Yeah.
more, it's like creamy and cheesy.
It's white.
You-
And I always think of chili as brown.
well, sure.
So I think you should drop the chili, Liz Fisher. Drop the chili and just call it creamy, cheesy, white chicken or stew or something. Why are we talking about this? Oh, your parents were over, and so we had a grand old dinner. She brought that white chicken chili from Lincoln. Like, she made it, and then she drove it all the way here, and then you warmed it up, and it was...
Oh my gosh, it was so good. She brought a platter of roasted vegetables.
Oh, yeah, beets.
Beets, carrots, potatoes.
Oh, my gosh.
It was a great meal.
The bomb. But we're on the couch, we're chit-chatting after the dinner, and I just happened to mention, because of this whole sports thing and Lennox and him wanting to get up on sports and more into sports and learn sports, I just mentioned casually, I want to take him to a Kings game. I'm thinking of taking him to a Kings game, and I hadn't actually worked out all the formulaics, but I was like, the Kings game, the Golden One Center is like 5 minutes from where we live, and the Kings are a professional basketball organization. I was like, I should take Lent. I took him to a River Cats game, and it was fine. But
If you guys had stayed the entire time, it would have been great, but you left early because you were cold.
It was cold. It was cold, and I was sick for 2 days. Okay, but there's nothing like a premier sports franchise.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh yeah, I'm thinking of taking Lennox to a Kings game. I'm not sure how that's gonna hammer itself out. But your dad took note, and then your dad, Alan Fisher, texted me the other day. He's like, hey, Lennox's birthday is coming up in about 3 weeks or so. And your dad said, hey, do you want to go to a Kings game? I'll get some tickets. And I'm like, sure, Alan Fisher. Let's do this. So your dad bought tickets, 3 tickets. Me, Lennox, and Alan Fisher are all going to go to a Kings game. February 10th. They're playing the Dallas Mavericks. And I'm like, well, I got 1 week. To teach Len everything I know.
You got a few weeks, yes.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I got less than a month. To teach Lennox everything I know about.
It's gonna be a crash course.
Yeah. So we're gonna watch some '94 Knicks games versus the Chicago Bulls.
I think you should watch like a Jason Williams compilation from 2002.
Oh yeah.
That was my boy.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Yeah. Well, my sports knowledge stopped in '95, so I'm like,
mine stopped in 2002.
Mitch Richmond, is he still on the Kings, or is Chris Webber still on the Kings? Corliss?
Oh, remember he dated Tyra Banks?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Peja Stojakovic. But it's gonna be. I'm excited to go. It's Friday night. You're gonna drop us off and pick us up, and listen. I care about money, and I get that from my mom. Thanks, Grandma Tian. But so I wanted to know how much Alan Fisher paid. Okay, like straight up, like if he bought like the nosebleediest of nosebleed seats for $14 for us 3 to go to a game, I'd be like, that's fantastic, Alan. Let's go. But I looked at the tickets, the area, the seat, and all that stuff, and I know how much Alan Fisher spent for 3 people to go to a Kings game, and I was like, wow. First of all, who can afford to go to these freaking games?
Suffice to say, you will be paying for the food and beverages that night.
Yes.
You will be treating your party.
I will, yeah. And you're going to pick us up.
I am, so you don't have to pay for parking.
Right. Can I drink a beer in front of Alan Fisher?
Yes.
Okay.
And oop.
Okay, so sleepover was a blast. We stayed up way too late. Or Lennox and his friends stayed up way too late. And they kept waking us up. But all in all, no damage caused. I love them leaving. And I think it was like a fear thing. Like we set the tone early on. And they were texting their mommy and daddy like, come pick me up at 7 a.m.
That makes you happy?
Vince ain't messing around.
Aww.
Lennox's stepdad ain't fucking around.
I loved having them. I want them to come again.
Yeah. But I used to be a young man, honey. And whenever I would spend the night or end up at someone's house or just crash, like after a night of going out or whatever, I left as soon as possible in the morning. And I'm an early riser. So I would leave at 6 a.m., 7 a.m. because, like, what am I going to do? I'm awake and I want to go home. And I always thought, and this goes to my, like, insecurity, like, why do they want me around? Or I don't want to be around, or who would want me around for longer than... So I ghosted Irish goodbye many a time. Various friends and households of all sizes. And I would just dip. I
was the complete opposite. I was
really?
Like, what's for breakfast? We're going to sit down. We're going to break bread together.
Oh
yes.
my gosh.
And then what's next? The party's continuing. What are we doing now? It's going to go through the night. Maybe a second night sleepover. Who knows?
See, I was zero self-esteem, zero confidence. So I'd be like, I would leave them wanting more. Like show business.
Sure, yeah.
Like, I'll leave at 6 a.m. They'll be like, what happened to Vince? Where is Vince? We want Vince back. But yeah, I enjoyed the Irish goodbye. And I like Lennox's friends leaving early. But yeah, they were a good time. They were a rambunctious lot.
I love this. No, that's going to sound weird. I love boys that age. They're just like, they're not quite interested in girls yet. they're just funny. They
Yeah.
play together. They roughhouse.
Yeah.
And it's just a great time.
It was a good
I
time.
love it.
Yeah, it was a good time. Alrighty. Well, are we done, honey? Is there anything more else to say?
Nah.
Okay. Well, what are we eating?